Good morning, students. Welcome once again to Mala's classes. I'm sure all of you have answered the questions, the board questions that I have given in the history section. Remember to try and answer those questions because they will definitely help you to remember the facts. Now, having said this, let us go over to the topic development, which is chapter 1 in your economics. What exactly do we mean when we use the word development? Okay, so when we meet an old friend or an old neighbor, then you say, oh, he is so developed now. In what way? Not physically. Aha. He is coming by car now. He has a Land Rover. So we are equating development to the income that he has. Okay, which means development refers to a material upgradation of yourself. Okay, let us simplify that. When you are going to make more money, you are considered to be developing yourself, which means each one of us, you, me, he, she, every one of us in society have certain goals, have certain desires. Those desires become your goals, and therefore you work and work and work in order to fulfill those desires. And then it is called as development. Let us take your example. Okay, your example. If you are scoring say 10 out of 30 in the first exam and 20 out of 30 in the second exam and 23 out of 30 in the third exam and 25 out of 30 in the fourth exam, then you are considered to be developing. That means you are achieving your goals. It may not be monetarily, but in terms of marks, in terms of the score, you are developing. But here we are talking about development where money is involved, where each one earns enough in order to fulfill his own desires. Which means, let me write the topic for you, development. Okay. So, there can be physical development. From a baby you become a man, and from a man you become an old man. No. We are talking about development materially. Okay. Matlab paisa. Okay. So, for example, I will give you another example. If there is this man called Manguram. Okay, what is his name? Manguram. And Manguram is a farmer who goes every day on his bicycle to the farm. Now, what does he want to do now? He doesn't want his bicycle anymore. He's thinking, how many days am I going to go pedaling like this and like this? I need a moped. So his wife asked him, why do you require a moped? You can save that money, He says, no, if there is a moped, what will happen? I'll be able to keep the grass in front, there is space. I can keep a big vessel with water, or I can carry a big sack with me. And it will act as something that will help me to transport things from one place to another. And it would save me the trouble of carrying everything on a bicycle, which is not possible, or which becomes difficult. So, Manguram after 3 years is able to buy a moped. And with that moped, he makes so much money that he is able to send his children to proper schools. And then, with this money, he is also not only able to educate them, he is also able to build his own house, a bigger house. Then, what will this be called? This will be called as development for whom? For Manguram, which means he has moved from the bicycle stage to the moped stage, and he has improved his standard of living. It is called as development. He has been able to fulfill all his desires. But all of us don't have the same desire, no? You may be having some other desire, your partner may be having some other desire, your parents may be having some other desire, your teachers may be having some other desire, your neighbors may be having some other desires. So, for different people, there are different goals to be achieved. Let us give some more examples to understand this. Let us take for example, a girl and a boy. Now what will be the goal of a girl? The goal of a girl will be that, look, you know, I also need to be educated like my brother who goes to school. Okay, this is the brother. He goes to a bigger and a better school. The girl will also want to go to a better school. Or she may say, let my brother also do household work like how I am doing. That must be her desire. So, brother will think, I am not only going to the school, I should go even to college abroad. So, each one's desire, or they will all have different goals which we need to fulfill. Now, this is as far as a brother and a sister are concerned. What about a small farmer? Let us take a small farmer for example. A small farmer, what will he want? He will say, supposing he is having a small piece of land, he will want to buy more land, okay? He will want to be able to, save money, okay? And he will also want to, educate his children and so on. What about a big farmer? A big farmer will not think about, land, because he has a lot of land. What will he think of? He will think of buying some more tractors. He will think of better irrigation facilities. Okay, he will think about the excess money which he has, how he is going to invest it. He will think about sending his children abroad for studies and so on. Then, what about an unemployed youth? We have come to the point. An unemployed youth will think that let me get a job as early as possible. Why? Because this job will help me to achieve so many things, fulfill so many of my desires. Maybe I will be able to go for further education. So each one of us have goals to fulfill, and every one of us have different goals. Different people have different goals to fulfill. Sometimes, people have what is called as mixed goals. We'll go to that later. But there can be many people who have goals, and then goals also clash. How can goals clash? How can your goal clash with my goal? Of course it can. Let us take for example those who are living in these high-rise buildings. Those who are living in the high-rise buildings, if they, there are some hutments around, they will look out of their balcony and they will say, this hutment has to be removed, this place has to be beautified. Array, I cannot live over here. How are we going to, clear this place and make this into a garden? These people who are living over here will think, array, this big tower has come. Before there was nothing over here and we had more space for ourselves. Now look, this tower has come. They will want that, either they get, if they are moved from here, they should be living in a high-rise building like this. So, different goals are there, and sometimes the goals clash. These people don't want to be evicted, these people want them to be evicted. These people want a high-rise building also along with them, they will not want that around their vicinity. So, sometimes goals also clash. At that time, we need to be very sensible and, take up, the government will have to take up, fulfill such a goal which is for the betterment of the place, for the welfare of the society. Okay, then individual's welfare will not be looked into. Then it will be called as development. Now, let us see, when I am having told you that income is something that determines development. Jitna paisa jiske paas hai, utna development. We are telling like that, right? So, income is a criteria which is taken for development. Now, let us see, some criteria has to be taken, no? Without criteria, you cannot compare. So, you need some criterion to compare. Okay, from I was earning 2,500 rupees per month, now I am earning 50,000 per month. Now, I am aiming to earn 2 lakh per month. So, you see, goals have changed and you are also trying to achieve those goals. So, what is happening then? Your income is increasing. But supposing, say, I have to travel around 40 kilometers every day to reach my office. Okay, this is my office. I'll make it a building. Okay. So, this is my office where I have to travel. My existing job, it pays me just 25,000 per month. But that job is going to pay me 45,000 per month. Okay. Now, if I want to take up this job, 45,000 take up. So, I I will have to travel 40 kilometers to the office and 40 kilometers from the office, which means I am going to spend so much time in my travel. Okay, then I cannot shift from here because my family lives here. Why I can't shift? Because there are no schools over here. Now if I calculate the amount of money that I am going to spend up and down and by traveling and the time that I am going to spend, the question will come is it worth going to that place? Okay, then what happens? Income alone is not the criteria for a person's development. There are other things also. There are other things like, where the office is located, how he is going to travel, how much time he is going to spend, and so on. So, or is that job a secure one? Will that one fine day, if the general manager tells me, you please leave, where will I go? So, if that is not secure, whereas this job with 25,000, I will be making a very slow climb. Every year I will be making, there will be an additional 2,000 rupees to my income. This is better or this is better? So, in the long run, I will feel this is better because there is job security. I will not be thrown out of my job. So, it is income alone which is not the criteria for many things. Okay. So, you have other things also. Like, if you are going to buy a house, you will buy a house in a place where, there is less pollution, where there is less noise. Okay. It may not be nearer to the city, but it may be far away from the city. So it is not how much you are spending, it is also what you are getting in terms of value. So value like a clean environment, a good environment, all this is taken into consideration. So income alone does not determine development. There are other factors also which one takes into consideration when he shifts from one level to another. Of course, at the base level where a farmer is concerned, he is not bothered about traveling from one place to another. This example was for those who are living in the urban areas. But in the rural areas, generally it has to do only with land, agriculture, and so there aren't many complications over there other than just improving their lifestyle. Now, income is taken as the criteria for countries. For example, if you take USA, we call it as a developed country. What country are we calling it as? Developed country. What are we considering India as? We don't call it underdeveloped. We call it as developing. What is it called as? Developing, which means there is one tire like this, inside which there is one man running round and round and round and round and round, and he is trying to reach development. And that will happen. When will that happen? When he is able to increase his income and increase the country's income. Okay. So, this man is developing like this, in a sense, trying to fulfill desire after desire after desire. Why did I put him inside the tire? Because tire is round and desires keep on growing, and the man has to run in order to, run means not physically run of course, it simply means that he has to improve in order to see that he makes more money. Okay, so we consider US as developed and India as developing, because in US, those who, according to the 2004 data, those who are getting more than 5,53,000 per annum were considered to be developed countries, and those who were getting, where per capita income was 37,000 was considered to be a developing country. Now I have used the term per capita income. What is this per capita income? Per capita means per person's income. How will we make out what is per person's income? So in order to understand this per capita income, let us take for example your classroom. In your classroom, let us take for example, there are, getting an average, I will take here around 7 students. Okay, so 7 students, I am writing the marks. So I will write student 1 has got 8 out of 10, student 2 has got 2 out of 10, student 3 has got 3 out of 10, student 4 has got 10 out of 10, student 5 has got 10 out of 10, 6 has got 7 out of 10, and 8 has got 10 out of 10. Now, when I add all this and divide by number of students, then I get what is called as average. Okay, so 8 plus 2, 10, and 10, 20, 23, 33, 43, and 7, 50. So I am getting 50 out of how much? 70. So when I divide this, I will get the average of every student. But is the average giving me the correct picture? No. The average will not be giving me the correct picture, because there are children who have got 3 and 2. Understand? The average, when I say average, all children are getting around 5 or 6 or 7 depending on the average which has come out. But the average will not be the correct picture, isn't it? It is not giving me the correct picture of several individuals. Similarly, when we talk about per capita income, it means total income of the country divided by total number of people. Okay, that will give me what is called the average or per capita income, per person's income. Okay, so this will not give me a correct picture. Why? Because there will be many who are earning a lot and many who are not earning at all. So what we will do then in that case, we cannot only take per capita income as the criteria for saying it is a developed country. कैसे पता चलेगा? खाली इनकम से थोड़ी ना पता चलेगा, और भी चीजें हैं, जैसे कि what we are having health, okay, and we are also having what is called as education. These two also should be taken into consideration when we talk about development. So nowadays, when we consider which country is developed and which country is not developed and so on, the world has also takes into consideration. World organizations take into consideration what is called as Human Development Index. What does this include? This includes health and education. Now in your textbook they have given a table where they have compared Kerala with Punjab. Okay, and they say Punjab has a lot of money compared to Kerala. Yet in HDI, Kerala is a better Human Development Index it has, according to the UNDP. So why is it that Kerala has a better HDI? It is because they are having education which is 100%, and they are also having very good health facilities in that state. So now, having understood this, we know which are the countries which are highly developed and which are the countries which are not highly developed, because we are also taking not only income but also health and education into consideration when we talk about development. Having said this to you, now let us see. We need to develop. The world needs to develop. But then what kind of development? See, the things around the world that we are having is all limited. And there are many things which are going to remain only for a certain period of time. We can't be overusing it. When we overuse it, it will get exhausted and then we will be left with nothing. Like, for example, oil, our oil reserves. Okay, we have very fixed amount of oil reserves, and they are non-renewable resources, which means they cannot be renewed again and again. ये नहीं कि उसको रोज तुम बना सकते हो. It takes millions of years for this to happen, and it's a resource in the country which we are going to exploit. But how should we exploit? Finish everything today, then what will the world do for later on? They will have nothing. So therefore, we need these resources for our development, for the country's development. But how are we going to use these resources is left up to our intelligence. So what we started doing now is, we are thinking that development should be made in such a way that it is sustainable. What is the word used? Sustainable. What is the meaning of sustainable? That means whatever we are having, let us not exhaust it. Let us not finish it up. let us find some other alternative for it. We use it sparingly. थोड़ा थोड़ा करके यूज करेंगे, पूरा खत्म नहीं करना है हमको भी. We need to keep it for a future. So such a kind of usage is termed as sustainable development. For example, because now we are thinking about sustainable development, that is why we instead of petrol run cars or diesel run cars, now we are thinking in terms of electric cars, right? They say that over a period of time, maybe in the next 15-20 years, we will have only electric cars, and these cars will be having various, instead of these refueling stations like your petrol pumps, they will have refueling stations where you will, what kind of refuel, you will be recharging your batteries over there and the car will run. So we are thinking in terms of what? Sustainable development. Why? Because these are all exhaustible resources. We don't want to use the exhaustible resources. Therefore, we are thinking in terms of sustainable development. Sustainable development is the only way in which we will be able to, make this world a more beautiful place. We will not be using all the resources and finishing everything off today itself. We will keep it and we will find alternatives for those resources. So sustainable development is one of the most important things that we have to follow as a country. Now let us see what we have learned so far. Okay, one is that developmental goals are needed. Okay, needed. Then two, developmental goals are different for different people. Third, all developmental goals are not the same. People have different developmental goals, and sometimes there is a clash where developmental goals are concerned. In such a case, what will you do? You will think about, the government will think about only welfare of the people. Then, how do we know which country is developed or which country is not developed? We come to know by the income that they are having. So income will mean that what kind of income? Per capita income. Per capita income will show that which country is developed or not developed. Nowadays, the UNDP has decided not to keep only income as a criteria, but also other things. Which are the other things? The other things are education as well as health. So these two also are to be taken into consideration to consider whether a country is developed or not developed. Many a time we have what is called as mixed goals. People look for mixed goals when it comes to individual development. Right? What kind of development should we have? We should have what is called as sustainable development. Okay. Why should we have sustainable development? So that we do not exhaust the existing resources. Now this is the gist of the lesson. I'll be giving you points on which the lesson revolves, and after which I'll be also mentioning to you which are the most important board questions, and you will need to answer them. I hope you enjoyed this lesson. Please do not forget to subscribe and like and press that bell button for further notifications. Thank you children for watching this video. Thank you very much.